Today, in perfect New Year's fashion, I am giving you a year in review look back of what's been going on in the Phoenix real estate market from January of 2021 until now. Hi guys, I'm Caitlin McKegg. I am a real estate broker here in Phoenix, Arizona. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about Phoenix real estate, market updates, Phoenix home tours, and all things real estate here in Phoenix. I really appreciate you coming to my channel and watching this video. If you're new here, thank you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button. I post new videos every Monday and Friday. Mondays, I am always talking about the real estate market, and Fridays could be a home tour or a lot of different things. So make sure you subscribe to keep up. Today, in perfect New Year's fashion, I am giving you a year in review look back of what's been going on in the Phoenix real estate market from January of 2021 until now, and showing a lot of different graphs and charts to show us where we started to where we are today. One thing I do want to mention is all of this information that I get is from the Cromford Report, which I am a subscriber to. The Cromford Report produces all of this information from the MLS and provides it to their realtor subscribers so that we can share with our clients and educate ourselves on what's going on in the market. So today I'm actually taking you into my subscription to show you these cool charts and graphs. If you saw my video on Monday, I did some old school screen sharing. Today I am actually doing a little more high-tech screen sharing to show you all of these charts and graphs and hopefully give you a good picture of what's happened since January of 2021. And if you would like to get more information on this about your specific zip code, your specific city, make sure you comment below. I can get you more detailed information or reach out to me directly. All my contact information is in the description. So let's jump into this. I might lose you for a second. And like I said, this is a little more high tech than what I'm used to, so bear with me as I go through this. So let's start with talking about the active listings, because this really shows a good picture of where we started at the beginning of the year to where we're ending. And I gotta tell you, we're not ending much differently than where we started. So I'm gonna lose you here for a second. You won't be able to see my face, but here we're at active listings at January of 2021, around 6,000, and here we stand today, right around 6,000 as well. So not much has changed. Although we went lower and then higher, we're kind of at the same point. And for reference, the normal amount of active listings on the market in Phoenix in a balanced market is about 25,000. So we are very well below 25,000 at this point, clearly. So that is one of the issues that we're seeing in our market. This is a pretty normal trend for us to see listings start to taper off at the end of the year here, because we have the holidays and people don't list their homes. So as we get into January, we should start to see this tick back up. But we'll see. Things have been different in the last couple of years, and we haven't always followed the trends. So let's move over to our months of supply. This tells us how many homes or how many months of supply we have if no new homes were to come back on the market. So 0.6, that's less than 1 month of supply. That means that if we had no new listings, after 0.6 months, we would have no new homes on the market. They would be gobbled up in that 0.6 months. So that's where we started the year. We're ending the year here at 0.7 months. Again, just not much different, unfortunately. We did have a huge lack of supply here, and you're gonna see this trend in all of these graphs. We really went down in terms of our supply in March, April, May, which tends to be our peak season anyway in terms of number of contracts and buyer activity. And then we went back up, but we still didn't even get to 1 full month of supply this year. As you follow this line, it all stays under 1 month of supply. So here's where we're ending the year in terms of our months of supply. Now let's talk about how many people paid over the list price when they were buying a house this year, because that became a pretty common thing. We peaked here in June at $20,000 over the listing price being the average, and today we're sitting at $10,000. We started the year at $6,000, so we kind of have a little bell curve going on here. We've come down, which is much more comfortable, but we're still pretty high and higher than where we started. If we look at the number of or the percentage of closings over list price, obviously it has the same curve. We're sitting at 41% of homes are selling over the listing price right now. We started the year at 34% and we peaked at 60% again in June. And this really correlates well with our months of supply and our active listings, because around April, May, we had the lowest number of active listings. And if you think about it, these homes that were on the market went under contract, closed probably about 30 days or so later. So that's when this recorded here in June. 30 days after those contracts were negotiated. And so when you have this little supply on the market, that is why people were very competitive, and we started to see these listings under contract peak here, or sorry, the list price amount over the list price peaking here because it was 30 days after we were very, very, very low on supply. So let's move on to our median sales price. We started the year at $339,000 and we're ending the year roughly at $420,000. This isn't fully updated here for December, but that's a pretty big change from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So if you bought a house at the beginning of the year, kudos to you, because look at where the prices are today. We're going to look at that from another angle, which of course is appreciation. So we started the year at 12.5% annual appreciation, and we ended the year at 27.4% annual appreciation, which is insane. For reference, in a balanced market, you can expect home values to appreciate with the rate of inflation, which is usually around 3% or so. Obviously, that's different right now. Inflation is higher, but that doesn't matter because we aren't in a balanced market anyway. So this is the annual appreciation. This is based on average price per square foot. You can calculate this a few different ways, but this is, I think, the more conservative way to take a look at this. But generally, you know, the appreciation rates are extremely high, like record highs right now. So regardless of how you calculate it, you're getting a big number. Again, if you bought a house back in January, yay for you. You've had a huge amount of appreciation this year. So that is certainly something to celebrate. So let's talk about the Cromford Market Index. And if you are new to my channel, then you may not have heard of this before. The Cromford Market Index is an index that the Cromford Report has created, and it helps us understand supply and demand factors in our market. And so the index at a balanced market is sitting around 100. If it is above 110, we're in a seller's market. And if it's below 90, we're in a buyer's market. And so we are definitely in a seller's market. We have not been in a balanced market since 2014, I believe, or 2016. So it has been quite a while. But the Cromford Market Index also helps us understand where prices are headed, because if we are in an extreme seller's market, that means that prices are going to continue to increase. So I use this in a lot of my videos. Again, if you're new, this might be confusing at first, but for all of you who've been following me, you know this well. I reference this in all of my Monday videos, and it's helpful for us to see where things are going. So let's look at where we started the year. We started at 434.6. Again, 110 or 100 is a balanced market, and anything above 110 is a seller's market. So we started 434. We peaked at 514, which was crazy, and then we started to go down hung out down here for a while, and we've started to go back up. So right now we're around 390. I think we're actually at 397 today. And the reason this is going back up is because our supply has gone down and our demand has not changed. So we still have more demand than we have supply, and supply has only become more constrained, which has pushed us further into a seller's market, which increases this market index reading. What happened here is we started to gain more supply. If you remember, active listings started to go up around this time. So that really helped start to kind of bring us closer to balance. And then we just hung out here because the demand started gobbling up those active listings. And now we have fewer active listings and the same amount of demand. So we're going back up. So, you know, in basic terms, that's essentially what's been going on. So it's interesting to see. I don't think I would have predicted that we would have done this year. Hard to predict anything really, but it's interesting to see where we're ending up based on where we started. And so again, here is the Cromford Market Index. You can see, like I said, we're at 397.3. Our demand is 122.9. So if 100 is balanced, that means we're 22.9% above normal. And our supply is 30.9, which means that we are 70% below normal. So there is a huge difference between 30.9 and 122.9, which helps us understand why we're sitting at 397, that well above 110 of a balanced market. So this is kind of the overall picture of the Cromford Market Index and where we stand today. So that's all I have for you guys today on this year in review video. I hope this was helpful for you to understand where we started and where we ended, and we'll see what next year has for us. I'm sure we'll start to see new listings come to market in January. That's what always happens, but I don't anticipate us having a ton of extra inventory next year. I just don't know how that would happen, but who knows? Stranger things have happened, right? So again, if you want any of this specific information for your city or for your zip code, comment below and I'll get that for you, or just reach out to me directly. Also, don't forget, if you're searching for homes in Phoenix, you can use my link to my MLS in the description below. And if you're looking for a relocation guide, I've got you covered. I have that in my MLS or in my description below as well. So make sure you check that out. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. For all of you who have supported my channel this year, I really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a wonderful new year, and I will see you all next year. Thank you.